live, go live, go live, live. Oh, my fault. What's happening, good people? How y'all feeling this evening? I hope everybody been doing well. And man, many blessings to everybody. You know, good energy, good vibes, all that good stuff. Positivity, baby. We in for another great show tonight. We got some great people here. I got some great guests, some good people. Um, man, y'all, these some people y'all need to know, and they give you some great, awesome services. I met them some years ago. It feel like I know them forever. They're good people. So I'm gonna introduce Shannon and Angel Lofton.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
What's happening? How y'all feeling?
I'm good.
Real good.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all looking good, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You know, they say when you
I had to do that for you.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? You're right.
I see y'all. So let's say when you get married, you start looking alike. Is that true?
Yeah. Make me look good though, you know.
Right, I was finna say, so you starting to look like Angel, Shannon.
Right, she make me look good. Right.
Okay, how y'all feeling this evening?
Good.
It's crazy the snow is happening right now.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, dang, I looked out the window like, oh man. Me personally, I love the winter and fall time. That's just me.
Oh yeah.
Minus the snow.
Yeah, me too. I like wearing the sweaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I like that's type of look that I feel
right. That's what's up. So we're gonna get right into it. So where did you guys grow up at?
Wow. I grew up in, is that considered the low end 55th in Garfield? I don't know.
Anything I think the boundaries are anything north of 55th considered the low end.
Okay, so definitely a low end girl.
Okay.
Inglewood too, because I have to go to Inglewood for school. So it's like I grew up in those areas, but I'm really proud of where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me it was on 71st and Lafayette, so you could say it's like mid Inglewood type of deal. And yeah.
Okay.
71st and Lafayette. Yep.
Okay, cool. Did you guys do anything entrepreneurial growing up?
I know when I was growing up, my grandfather used to own a candy store that he used to run like in front of the house, and he always had me help run the store. So he gave me like a little starter of how to run a store, how to with customers and how to supply and demand type deal. So running a candy store was something that I could introduce to me as an entrepreneur.
Gotcha.
This is a really good question. You asked some great questions so far, Larry. Wow. Growing up, I watched my parents be entrepreneurial. My dad was a music producer. Was in 10 City House Group in Chicago, Byron Stingley. He was that guy. So we would have musicians over our house. My mom would be cooking them dinner and everything. So I was always inundated with music, the music business and industry and engineering. Now I've done none of that, but I was around it. My mom, on the other hand, on the flip side, she had seniors who would hire her to come and like clean their house and take care of them. And so she had her entrepreneurial business in that way. So I really grew up watching them be entrepreneurial.
Oh wow, that's dope. That's dope. Okay. Wow, you say 10 City, huh?
10 City, and my godfather, rest his soul. Oh God, why am I forgetting his name right now? But he's Daryl Pandy, was very big in the house music scene. That was my actual godfather.
Oh wow, that's what's up. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's say so y'all grew up, y'all saw a little bit of entrepreneurship. So when did y'all know like this is something that I want to do? Like I want to be an entrepreneur, something entrepreneurial. Like I know you seen it, you grew up saying it. So when did you know like, okay, this is what I want to do?
Well, first start off with me. I was working 9 to 5. I always had a camera in my hand. And every time somebody got something going on for a birthday party, baby shower or something, I always got my camera. And that's something I really wanted to do. Also, my dad was an insurance agent, and he does a lot of sell insurance. So he always planted that have your own business atmosphere or a type of mindset in your head. So by me pulling up a camera, somebody told me like, look, if you want to do this, take it seriously. So that's what made me kind of like push forward into going into photography and also getting that background from my dad. He was always saying, you know what, you being an entrepreneur, being a businessman, it's going to work out in your benefit. So you don't have to worry about always got to answer people. You just because it doesn't stop. Being an entrepreneur is 24/7. So you don't got to punch a clock. You don't have to stop and say, well, I get to take a break. No, you just always constantly keep going. So it's always in me.
Gotcha. Okay.
So for me, it came really later in my life because I was doing a lot of stuff, but I was doing it for free. But my dad, again, was so creative and so into building his own conglomerate. He became a pastor and he came in, and just like the music industry, he conquered that lane. And he started his own church called Experience Church. And from that, he created such an awesome and different kind of church. It inspired me again to look at being an entrepreneur. And he would often say to me, because I was the one doing all the graphics for the church and all the stuff, he said, Angel, you talented. Stop giving this away for free. Stop just doing it for friends, for fun, or doing it for yourself in the church. You need to get paid. And when I met my husband, again, another wonderful Pisces, because both of them are Pisces. And they both have the same kind of creative.
That makes three of us.
Okay, that's them fishes, you know what I'm saying?
But y'all wonderful Pisces. Y'all have such a mind for just business, for creativity, for elevation, for just thinking of things in a different way. When I met him and seeing what he was doing, and then of course I jumped aboard of SDL photography and doing all this.
She had no choice.
I had no choice. And of course I was doing graphics again. That's when I started kind of before the pandemic and in the pandemic, starting like to take it more seriously and started to be more entrepreneurial.
Got you. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Dang, so how ironic that you do graphics and you was doing photography. And that just came together. Wow, that's dope. So how did you guys meet?
But going back to my dad, he was always insurance. I worked at Allstate Insurance.
Okay.
And he always do this just a marketing tool where he's go out and market to people trying to get them to get home insurance. Gotcha. So her and her mom knew one of the people that was working with us.
Shout out to Terrence. You see this, Terrence? You always are the reason we came together.
Right. So they always came in to do the mass mailing, to seal up the letters and put them in so they could be shipped out next day to be mailed out to potential customers.
Now that's a funny story. I'm gonna finish this because I know I'm gonna finish it because it's me. So I would come into the office every day, right, smiling, giggling. Terrence, who was one of the managers of the office, he could tell. He just was like, Angel, you like Shannon? You like Sandman? That's what he called him, Sandman. I was like, who's Sandman? He's Shannon. I said, yeah, I've seen Shannon at church because we also kind of fellowshipped at the same church, but Shannon knew nothing of me. I knew everything about him, but he knew nothing of me. But I'm quiet. I'm not one to kind of like approach somebody. And so he told me one of the days, I think it was like the last few days we were going to be there. He said, I'm not letting you leave until you talk to him. I said, what? I said, I don't talk to nobody. I'm not doing it. And he said, Angel, then I'm going to tell him. And I was like, oh, God. So I walked past Shannon's dad. His dad is looking at me like, what's going on? I'm walking up there and I'm looking so nervous. And I think my pickup line or whatever my line was.
Now let me finish that part. I was still there. I was in the front, customer service, people come in, making payments. And she looking at me like, I can do that job. Your job ain't as easy. I'm like, how you gonna say something? Tell me my job is easy. You can do my job. That was her pickup line. Now, what type of pickup line is that? So that's supposed to be like, oh, okay, you can do my job. Let's go. That wasn't what. So I'm like, wait a minute, that wasn't a line you can tell somebody while they working.
But I got his number.
Oh Lord.
That was part of that.
Yeah.
And from there is history. We talked on the phone for such a long time before we went on our first date. And that's how I could tell I really liked Shannon too. His conversation.
That's my looks. Don't tell nobody. It was how I look.
And his silliness. Like, he could make me laugh. And then we went out on dates and we found out we liked movies and we liked all these similar things. And we were balls, both of us. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Dang. Just jail like glue, huh? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the birth of, I know you said you had the camera in your hand. Just whatever you was doing. Just so you always kept it. You could have been at a footwork event, and I could have saw it like, oh man, you got some old footage of me shining. But what was the birth of SDL photography?
The birth. I actually, one of my the coworker that actually inspired me to push with my business. She was actually having her baby shower. She hired me to do her baby shower. She was like, yeah. So I did that. That was my first event. I got dappered up. I got all my cars ready. I had my camera going. I had everything going. Like, man, this is what's up. So that was she gave me she was the first person that pushed me to become an entrepreneur, and the first person that gave me my first photography gig as a photographer.
And her name is Lakita. Shout out Kita's Cookie. She was on Val Warner's show too, so she's very well known. And she took a leap with her business, and then she inspired my husband to start his.
Nice. Was this before or after you guys was married?
It was. We was dating then.
We were dating then?
Yeah, because I just started.
We were dating.
We was dating. We was dating then because it was like in 2009, and we met each other 2006. 2006. Yep.
Okay.
3 years after that.
Okay. Were you at that event, Angel?
I was.
Okay.
It was amazing. And now that baby is no longer a baby, and we actually met her again and was laughing about that.
Right.
And then Shannon, at 5 years, he had this big celebration, and he thanked the different people who helped him get where he was to that point of his business.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Made me think about that. Like, okay, you brought that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, So this question is for Angel. So as you watching Shannon and his first gig, what do you remember what you was thinking? Like he really can do this, huh?
I was thinking, yeah, he could do this, but I think at the beginning, I wasn't seeing a big picture. I wasn't just seeing where we are now with it, and seeing how many types of different things we would end up doing, going to all these conferences, taking pictures of different celebrities and high profile politicians. I didn't see all of that. And sometimes I don't think we even take the time to sometimes pat ourselves on the back and go like, yeah, we did this, we did that. Oh, wow. We really have accomplished some things.
Right. Okay. And Shannon, you already had the vision, like, hey.
Yeah, I had the vision. Right. I mean, like, okay, this one go place. This is going to go further than I can think of. It's like going, and the story is still going on. Yeah. Because other things and other movements I want to make with my photography business, as far as helping people, encouraging people just to be who they are with their business.
Right.
Yeah.
That's important, like especially in a marriage or even having a supportive partner in any type of relationship, friendship, anything. If you support is so big, I don't know what else to say. That's why people, they shy off and go to other communities. You become friends with people you've been friends with 20 years. You unfriend family members, unfriend friends. It get like that because when you have a vision and you have to get there. We need support, and that goes for anybody who's trying to do anything. And support don't have to be financially.
Right, that's true.
I tell people like you can share posts or tell somebody about hey, my cousin, my brother, my sister, my friend, they got this going on. Man. Y'all should check them out.
It's kind of like today, and that's what I hate. I hate people that gatekeep. I hate that people won't tell you, okay, how did you get this interview? Like someone inboxed me today and said, Angel, how did you connect with this person? I didn't stop and say, oh, I can't give you that information. I said, oh, let me find out, and I'm gonna inbox it back to you. And I know they're a wonderful person as well, and they need that, you know, to get out there and to also highlight what they do. And I know that's what you're about. And so I like linking good people to good people. And I think a lot of the time in our community, we kind of gatekeep, or we don't talk about where I got this grant from, how you can get to that person or this person. And it just, a lot of people just hold things to the chest. And I think maybe sometimes, I guess maybe you can hold certain things to the chest because you just feel like that you need to. But I just think in the majority, that's not a good thing to do.
Right. Yeah. As I, like you say, travel to different conferences and everything, and that I used to think it was just a Chicago thing. It's not.
No,
it's not. It's everybody had the same story, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, the same story. Other cities, they do the same thing.
Wow.
It's just about finding your tribe and finding your community and growing, and hopefully everybody catch up. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's enough for all of us.
Yeah, I want us all to win. I mean, we win anyway when someone else's wins. When Obama became the president, we, as a Black people, we all won. We felt, wow, you know, different after that.
Right. You know, I tell people about, I say somebody had to get in these rooms just to be in there and see what's going on. You know, we really can't, we won't be able to grow if nobody up there.
Exactly.
Right, that's true.
I've been in management in corporate America for about 18 years. And I probably about 26, 24. That's where I got my first shot. And I was the youngest Black dude, you know. I had to cut my hair. You know, I was in my little I was trying to go dreads and everything, but you know, I was like, I'm like, that's just me. But I get it, but I don't. But now it's a different look. We're in 2024 now. But I had to cut my hair, get clean cut, this and that. So I was like one of the only ones in the room at the meetings and everything with the CEOs and VPs and stuff. So I was able to get some insight on what's going on. From me getting that opportunity, I was able to get other guys. All right, come on, you can get this group lead, you can get this supervisor. They saw me and they like, oh, okay, let's get these other guys going. So that's what I mean by getting in the room, because you got to see, you know, we have to see.
And that's what Shannon kind of saying, like what he want to take his business to now is he want to give back into young photographers or ones that are coming up, and also tell them about the conferences we're going to, because a lot of the times it's a lot of others in these conference rooms than it is Black majority or brown majority. So we have to tell about these different photography conferences, because a lot of photographers be like, oh, I didn't know about that. Or, you know, it's even Black ran conferences for photography now, and we haven't went to it yet, but we are planning to go to it. And they meet out in Atlanta and they meet out in New Orleans, and so it's like it's a lot of things happening, but we got to kind of give each other the information so that we can all grow together, because no one has arrived. Everyone is still elevating, growing. Even John Hannah, even people you think TDJ, they still growing and selling, and they still adding to their brand and going to different places.
So and see, that's it. Community building. That's it. That's it. That's the key.
Right.
That's the key. Wow.
That's dope. And then you just mentioned like you asked about when we first started. That's when my grandfather was started in the neighborhood. He was selling candy, so building up community. He was a pastor, so they also respect him as a pastor, and he's also building that relationship. So that goes on to what we're doing. Is also building relationship, building the community, building that up, because we're gonna all help each other. If we don't help each other, ain't no one's gonna come out and just help. We got to put that effort and put that work in.
Yes, that's what's up. So y'all ever had a time where y'all was like, you know what? I gotta give this up. I'm done.
A lot. I want anyone out there to know you're gonna have those days with whatever you do. It's not even just business. Like I'm in ministry now, and you would think helping lives and helping people, you wouldn't want to give up. But oh my God, it's a lot to
Yeah.
do all of that. It's a great undertaking, and it's heavy as the head that wears the crown. It's just a lot. So don't think it's small. Nothing small about these small businesses. We are doing a lot of big things and having to deal with a lot of big challenges.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hate they call it a small business, because still the small businesses still go through a lot as the big businesses do. So I mean, it's nothing small about having a small business.
Yep. And then sometimes you got to have that balance. You got being an entrepreneur, family person, all this stuff got a balance. Sometimes you might put forth effort in one, and the other might suffer. And you might think, what am I doing? What's this going to happen? What's this? Why? That plays on your mind if you're not grounded and rooted in what you're doing. And that can always alleviate your mind and go someplace else. So yeah, it's tough.
And then let's talk about imposter syndrome. Let's talk about like the fact that we compare each other. Let's not say we don't do that. People in our field, we're looking at something just not an inspiration. Sometimes we end up comparing, going, why they getting this thing? Or why they doing that? And I ain't that. So you start chasing that sometimes instead of chasing what you should chase, which is what you're good at, your niche, your focus. You can get sidetracked. And so that can happen throughout your business life.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody get that that anxiety, that depression. I call it entrepreneur depression. Things not going your way the way that you want it to go. But I think that's just life in itself. And you gotta be resilient and know how to really bounce back from that type of stuff. That's where I don't know how y'all feel about this. I spend a lot of time to myself, just to regroup, because sometimes you could be overwhelmed with things you don't think you're overwhelmed with. A phone. You got 5 people calling your phone. They just dumping everything they going through on you. You have your kids, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. Sometimes you just got to get that. Well, not sometimes. You have to get that time yourself and just, all right, let me see. Even if it's just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, let me get myself together right quick. All right, now I can go back out here and take on the world. Yeah. I tell everybody, if it's possible, get some self-time. Go to breakfast by yourself. Take a walk. Work out. Something that you can just think right quick, because you will get flustered.
And that's still important, even in being married or even having another person in your life. Even though me and him spend a lot of time together, we have to have our time alone. We have to have our time to ourselves. That's why I'm taking this sabbatical. It's spiritual also for me, a fast and praying piece as well. But God told me to take time, Angel, take time off. And I haven't fully did that. See, that's the thing. So you got to really learn how to unplug. Because you can get distracted. But I've tried my best, and I did really well, because normally I'm a social media queen. I have did really well this month, not being on there.
Yeah, I gotta admit.
I like the social media. Right. So I still left the app up because I didn't want people to not be able to reach me. But it's like I really want to in the future kind of really unplug. Erase the app. My friend said next time I need to erase the app and just kind of just step away, because it becomes a lot. You get overwhelmed with all the saturation of all of that stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. Today I logged on. I looked. Somebody said Facebook today for their timeline was a social obituary. That's all they're saying was obituaries coming down their timeline. They was like, no, this is too much. I guess they gave them some type of anxiety or something. They say he had to get off. And you're right. Sometimes you just got to unplug. It's hard though. I'll be the first to tell you. It's hard.
It's not.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to run your business, because the way of the world, social media is the number one way to run your business. If you're gonna run it, you can't do it without it. Yeah, that's how I feel. You have to be on there. So that's rough.
That's the target market. Everybody on social media, no matter what. Even I got my mother 70-some years old on social media. She you hit my page. I went to okay, damn, you 70-some years old. Go watch Matlock or something. So man, everybody on social media, no matter what age demographic, you on social media.
Right.
Right.
And the reach is it's limitless, you know, because of social media. I love social media. That's why I tell them it's all about what you use it for, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. What you put in is what you get out.
It's your boundaries. Like my friend told me the other day, Angel, you have to, when you go back, you just put boundaries on how much you're on there. If you don't want to be on there like you were before, like you put boundaries on it.
Okay. Boundaries. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, y'all better write that down. Write that down. That's cool. That's cool. So, Shannon, I know we talked. I think it was at a Aishi event probably a year or two ago. You have a story where you have you. I don't feel you disabled.
Okay, me neither. But okay,
but, you know what I'm saying, because you're doing it. But somebody will take use it as okay. Well, I'm just gonna sit down because I feel like I'm handicapped. I want to sit down and just chill and do that. How did that's strong. First of all, I commend you for keep pushing even in them type of times. So how do you prepare yourself like I still got to push even though that I'm legally, whatever they call the term, disabled. How do you push through that?
I pushed through that through faith. Also pushed through that because all my life I've been that way. Okay. It's if someone tell me to learn how to do something with one hand, I can instantly do it. Versus somebody who all their life they had the use of ability of both hands or both legs, and then they end up losing it. They have to rethink or redo everything over, try to figure out how to do that on their own. With me, it happened from birth. From 45. I'm 45 now, so for 45 years, I had to go through learning how to do things on my own without anyone saying, learning my way. And sometimes people might say, okay, well, you can do it this way, but no, I have to figure out and do it the way that Shannon can do it. So that's kind of made me push myself through it. That's when I got into business, people and I kind of want, like you said, I want to shy away from it. I didn't see myself as the disability. I could do the best. I can do the same thing someone else do with two hands, but I want to make sure that I acknowledge that my disability and didn't let no one who have any type of challenge. I don't care. It didn't have to be this, but it can be. You could be blind in one eye. Something can happen wrong with you, and you can still be able to do and push past whatever affliction, whatever defect that you have, whatever thing that you have, you can always push past that. With me, it was entrepreneurship. Somebody else could have been a gymnastic, or somebody else could be a musician. Somebody else could have been something else. Whatever it is that is you desire to be, if you have a challenge, you still can make it. Yeah,
man, that's deep. That's strong, man. You're a strong brother, bro. You're a strong brother. Because just a lot of people just say, you know what, I'm gonna throw in the towel. And I think of people like you, and I'm like, no, you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing a brother come do an excellent job, and he don't think no matter of. Hey, come on, man, let's go. Right. Let's go. That's what's up. And then I know it helps to have Angel over there supportive. You know.
I'm gonna be honest. Like it was one of the things that drew me to Shannon. Is he was playing the trumpet. So I don't know. A lot of people don't know. Really? He's still a musician. He's playing the trumpet for the choir, and now he plays the trumpet for our church, a choir for years, and with one hand, right? And does it well, like you said again. So it's like, and he's driving a car. And when I first met him, he had this thing on the wheel, but now he drives it without the thing on the wheel. And he has a job, a 9-to-5, where he's doing all this serious typing and directing people to rides and stuff. All of this stuff. that people were just saying like, oh, he's not going to be able to do that since he, was born. But he's defying all of these odds.
Wow,
yep.
Man, that's
So like even being born, the doctor always said he won't be able to do none of this stuff at all. You will always be be dependent. Someone's gonna always have to help you do everything. And truth does not matter. I'm doing everything that the doctor said I couldn't do. I mean, even now, much like I said, the story still goes on. End up buying a house, got a baby, end up doing everything that people said I couldn't do, and it still ain't done. I'm got other things in mind that I still want to do. As entrepreneurship, as now being a husband, as being a father, all that stuff adds on to my story, and that can add on. That's why I want to show other people that can add on to their story. It may not be have a physical disability, but they can have a mental disability. They can have whatever disability you have, or whatever reflect, or whatever it is that you have. You can always push past that ability.
And that's the reason why we're doing this photography project right now. I'm not sure if you had seen it, Larry. I remember we talked about it a little bit at the event we had. But that's why we're doing this project, where we're looking for people who have a disability, like my husband. And even I found out I have a disability, but I don't see it as that either. We're having depression and anxiety. It's actually a disability. But we're looking for people who have these different sensory, neuro, psychiatric, all the things that's legally a disability. So we can photograph them, a complimentary shoot, and kind of tell the story of not just their disability, but how they are inspiring and pushing past all of those odds. And even though they been born or had this affliction happen to them later in life.
Yeah. And one thing y'all said, having faith, like all the stuff you just mentioned, like there's so many people that think they can't accomplish anything, and that's also a part of getting exposed to things too. Like you said, I never thought I'd have a home, or like you said, we grew up in these inner city communities, neighborhoods where you don't see a lot of things like that. My mother passed when I was young, so I had grew up. My sister's in their 20s, so I was just talking to my sister the other day. She's like, "You you just basically raised yourself." I'm like, yeah. But one thing, like I'm going to get my mentorship going all the way next year too. But one thing I always would tell the youth, you have a choice. Don't think you don't have a choice. You don't have to go the way the crowd going. I had all that time to go that way or go this way. Which one I want to do? It was on me. So that comes from strong tutelage from my mother and father of don't be a follower, be a leader. My father always said all you have is your name. Stuff like that. And that stuff still sticks with me to this day. So I really live by those principles. So I'd be like, man, but that faith is, you have faith, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Do anything. Yeah. That's what's up, man. Well, y'all got a story out this world. We can stay over here all night. That's cool. Okay, cool. So, have you guys ever seek mentorship?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a mentorship as a photographer. My mentor is Eric Robinson. He's actually one of the photographers that showed me the rope, showed me how to be a better entrepreneur. Connecting me with going to different conferences, saying keep me abreast with everything that's going on for us photography wise, for us manhood, for us a lot of things. And now it's growing and everything. And we as a married couple, as entrepreneurs, we also reaching out to people that's entrepreneurs and that's married and knowing, because now it's a different level of mentorship when you marry. You can't really get from if we have single friends that's in with entrepreneurship. It's like kind of be conflicted. But when you have getting involved with people that's marry or have the same status that we do. It can help us grow together as mentorship, as husband and wife, and as entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And for me, in the past, I've had not like a distinctive mentor, but I've had people that I looked at and then I was able to have dialogue with them. My dad, though, has always still, shout out to the trap pastor, as he's called, shout out to Maestro Grant. That's my dad. Wow, he's the coolest man ever. But he often and everything gives me advice, even with pastoring. He's the first one to tell me. He said, "Oh, you licensed now, you gonna get it. You ready?" He was right. It's like, yeah, a target became on my back instantly. But that's kind of comes with the territory. When you decide that you're going to walk in that way of being a minister, you got to be ready for that and have a tough skin. And I've went through a lot since I've become licensed and even before. And so mentor wise, I've had different mentors, different women pastors who are strong minister leaders. I've had different women who I shout out to T that are graphic designers. Shout out to what is her name? It's Levi, right? Latricia. Shout out to different graphic designers. Like I never see competition. I like to kind of talk to others in my field and kind of like, man, how does graphic look? I run it past people and stuff before. Sometimes I would give it to a client, and so they have been there as a sister in the business to me too. Just not a mentor, but a sister in business.
Angel, so ministry. I know you say your father. He was okay. Went for music, then he became a pastor.
Okay. Yeah, but it was still music.
It's still music. Okay, got you. So, is that where that's the footsteps you want to really follow his footsteps? Yeah, because you mentioned him a lot. That's dope. You a daddy's girl, huh?
Yeah, honestly, I'm both. I'm a mom.
Okay, I met your mom before. Yeah, your mom.
Yeah, so I'm a kind of both of a girl. But in terms of the steps of my life, it's definitely him.
Okay.
Me and him are so similar. If you meet him, you feel like you know me. If you know him, that he's saying now I'm walking in his footsteps. Because now I'm actually about to start a mentorship with youth. In 2025, actually, Larry, I've been posting it every Tuesday. But yeah, it's like these are things my dad wanted to do, and some of them they became but didn't get fully realized. And he's older in age now, and he says he's seeing a lot of things coming through me, that things he was doing, and he just feel proud of me because I'm walking in those steps. I can never though be who he is. He's man, he done got locked up for like good stuff, like protesting and everything that died. And so it's like I know so many great people because of him, and pastors and leaders and stuff, and Jesse Jackson, all these people I get to know because of what his lineage was. And so I am walking in those great steps, and I'm grateful of that. And I'm still learning, and so I'm still talking to him, and I will run stuff by him like all the time.
Yeah. When did you know you was ready
to be a pastor?
Yes.
That was some years ago, actually. And it's crazy because I just got licensed. But I answered my call pastorally years ago, but it took a journey to get to actually getting licensed.
Gotcha.
Because the devil was just doing a lot to trying to keep me from that.
Gotcha. Okay. Shannon, so when you talked to Shannon about it, what was your reaction, Shannon, when she said, I'm about to get licensed? I don't know the process or anything, but
I would say my response was going to stand behind it. I know it was going to be a long road. It's going to be a rocky road. Okay. It's going to be a road where it's going to be test her faith. It's going to be a road that she's going to always reinvent herself. It's going to be a road that it's going to be some good, bad, and the ugly. And as a minister, you have to take on all that, no matter what. Everybody's not going to be on your side. Everybody's not going to say that be Team Angel. You have to fight through all that. And then not only that, she mentioned that she had, going through depression, stuff like that. If you are being a minister and doing the things that you want to do, and that flesh and that devil start to weigh on you, that the mental thoughts come to your mind, and that sometimes that can stop you from going forth. But you one of God's chosen people. So by you being one of God's chosen people, you have to fight between. You have to fight through all that. So I knew she was, and she like she said, like she had her dad. She's a very radical type minister. She don't do the things that you would see a normal minister would do. She was doing outside the box. And when you're doing something outside the box, people like gonna say, "What?" You're gonna have people gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, because Larry, if you go to my dad's page now or Instagram, you'll be like, "This dude a pastor."
Right.
But he is that guy.
Yeah.
He just does things in a very different way. There are some ministers that are in his box where they are not just this traditional kind of pastor. And I do believe there are people out there that need a pastor that is not traditional. Needs a pastor that meets them where they are. Needs a pastor that's transparent. Needs a pastor that's hip. Needs a pastor, that understands I like trap music, but I still love God too. And that's like what my dad kind of represents. That's why he called himself the trap pastor, because he said the street is my pulpit. The street is my congregation. And so that his ministry was deeply rooted in street ministry. We were out when a shooting happened. Blood on the ground, body. My dad walking over, seeing what's happening. I'm right behind him. Crazy.
Yeah.
Seeing what's happening. We praying with these guys, looking like they about their life seriously,
Yeah.
And they respected us because they could see their fear. And that too, we seen them the way God sees them, the way God seen them before they was in their mother's womb, seeing them. And that's the kind of zeal and tenacity you have to have when it comes to meeting people exactly where they're at. And that's the type of ministry I want to have, is that I don't want people to have to come to a church building. I want them to meet Jesus right when they meet me.
That's dope.
I want their life to be changed because they see how I walk, how I talk. And their life now is different because of that. I want to be transparent because I want them to know, even though ministers, most of the time they put on a pedestal, they still sin, they still have struggles, and they still are growing in the spirit too. Yes, they are at a different place than you are, but I'm not unreachable.
Yeah. That's dope. That's shout out to my sis, Pastor Ivory Ector. She takes that, she subscribed to that same style of ministry. I just did an event with her over the summer. It was a back to school event and partnered with Legends Chickens on 79th and Princeton. It was nice. She has some fellowshipping out there. Has some stuff for the kids, and she actually just did a revival. I didn't make it to. I know she's gonna get my butt, but she's definitely one that I see in the field, just like how you saying, just like you. The traditional way, it's still here. It's still here.
That's okay. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I don't want to knock that.
Yeah.
Watching it traditional. I don't want to knock that. But everyone, and in the grand scope of young people, they are not going to meet God in that way. Sometimes some of these old things we're doing is not reaching those who we need to carry on the church to the future.
Yeah, that's true. And I think it's more receptive of the non-traditional way, like Pastor Eric Thomas, for example. That's who I got my life coaching certification through his company. And he's not a traditional pastor. He wears a t-shirt. And
he a gangster.
Yeah, right. But he's going to give you that word front. He know it like the back of his hand. Like, he's going to give it to you. So, and I think, like you said, it resonates with a lot of younger people because he come from the streets,
right?
So it's like, okay, that's cool. That's what's up.
And then if you think about it, that's the way Jesus was. He streets. He met the people where they at. Yeah. The only time he actually went to the church house to mess that up because they weren't doing what they supposed to do in the church house, like flipping over things. So he went over. So he met people as they were. He challenged the people that's here at the top like the Pharisees and all that stuff, and saying that they more above the law and everything. Like, no, this is like, so Jesus had that same mentality of being a radical type person, and that's why you can resonate. If Jesus can do it, and we supposed to be like-minded as Jesus, that's something that's good that people do it. And we on earth do the same thing or be like-minded as Jesus.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, well, bless your ministry. Y'all ministry. Right, it's y'all. Say ain't yours, it's y'all. So do you have like a separate like business page for that?
For my ministry?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Angels Touch Ministries. Or you can find everything with me at Angels Touch brand, because I do more than just the ministry piece. But everything, God, Angels Touch Ministries. I just did a prayer breakfast that I do every year in October, and it was phenomenal. And my dad, again, he was inspired by my breakfast. He said, "Angel, you know some praying women," and I do. I don't come when I do the God piece. I don't come weak with it, okay? But two, I let people know, like, if you weren't prepared, we about to really pray, okay, today. Yeah, you never prayed before, but you gonna pray today like this. Because prayer is powerful, and I don't think we realize the power we have within and the power we have to manifest and bring the angels into the room and bring healing into the room. We have power, and God keeps equipping me to learn and unlock others people's power, because they don't realize we got power to touch people and heal them. We really do. That's not just what we read in the Bible. You can do that today. And so I'm getting stronger in that. And so that's why I want people to follow Angels Touch Ministries, because in 2025, I'm going to be doing some more radical and different things than I've been doing.
Nice. Make sure y'all follow Angel Touch Ministries, because when she says she gonna do something, she do it. She do it. Hey, she do it. That guy. Oh man, I'm glad you just said that. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and somehow we was talking about therapy. And he said he don't believe in therapy. He say God is his therapy. He say if he talks to God about any and everything, that's his therapy. He's like, now if it get out of control to where he just spiraling out of control and just have to really see somebody, he's like, he would do it. But he's like, no, he's like, he's like, I talk to God about everything. That's my therapy. I was like, dang. Because I know people that go to therapy and they say it works for them.
Right.
Works. So I've never been. I am going to try next year. I'm put it in my schedule just to, I have to see for myself. I just don't go off everybody, How y'all feel about therapy?
So I just had therapy this week.
Okay.
I told you I'm transparent. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just had therapy this week. My therapist, shout out to Brianna. And then now we're in marital counseling. I hope you don't mind me saying that, Shannon. So I believe in therapy, but I understand a lot of us don't, and then a lot of male do not. I think that poses a problem though, because a lot of us go through a lot of trauma. And there's a lot of childhood things that's happened to us that we have not unpacked, that we are still walking around. We're still bleeding on people. We're still living in the past and not living in the current. And sometimes we hide it so good that nobody could tell that. But and you feel it. Or sometimes you bleed on people and they see it on social media. And so I believe in therapy. I believe you need the right therapist, though. Some would say you need a Black therapist. I mean, it's to each his own. My therapist is not, however, Black, but I do know some Black therapists. I know one, shout out to Lauren and her Cultivate Your Essence business. So if I can refer you to some great sisters that do therapy, but I do think it's important. I went to a conference at John Hannah's church. A main session we had, 2 of them was about therapy. Love McPherson was one of the therapists he had speaking. I heard of her, never had heard her speak. After that, my life was changed. That woman is powerful. Then another guy, what was the guy? Upset Your Vow. What is his name? It's leaving me. But he is on Instagram, and he's not a usual pastor either. And he was there. Tim Ross. He
Tim
was
Ross, okay.
speaking, and oh my God. Again, he was talking about vulnerability, especially with men, vulnerability and how you need to kind of talk about what you went through, how that's helpful and to get it out. So I believe in therapy. I've been in therapy since I was in 7th grade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was bullied in school. I wanted to kill myself. I thought suicide several times, suicidal ideation. I even attempted. I went through all of that trauma of that. So it's that type of stuff just doesn't go away sometimes just with God. And even though I'm a minister and I'm saying that God created people to be therapists. He created people to be psychiatrists. He created these people to help guide us through these things. Yes, spiritual does come into play where, there'll be spirits or some, things need to be delivered from and all that type of stuff. But God gives us 5 senses. And in that 5 senses, that's where he draws us to people who can help us with the mind. And the mind is a battlefield. That's where the devil likes to attack us the most, but we don't get together the most. And so, Larry, I applaud you. It's a great thing for you to know you need to talk to someone and to rightly divide those bags in your life. Now, I'm going to let my husband, because he got a different perspective of therapy.
Okay, all right.
Well, I was myself. I thought like your friend. I always trust God, trust and believe that no matter what situation you're going through, go to Him. But that's how I was raised. And now, as I got older, as I see that sometimes God is there, but He, like she said, just piggybacking on what she now, I see He created these people to be on earth, to have them go to school, to get in depth with other people's minds, to tell them the right and wrong and not be biased. So at first my mind was like, Jesus is my everything. He gonna take care of it no matter what. That's how I thought. As I got older and realized that a lot of people you need a little bit of both. So you still have Jesus and everything, but you still need that professional help, because if you think about it, Jesus put him on earth for that. So that's how I look at it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Cool.
At first I'm like on one side, but I'm knowing how to decipher the both, knowing how to listen, still go to a therapist session and still knowing like who's the higher therapist.
And that's big for him, because like I said,
was big.
He was looking at therapy. And I'm gonna be honest, my dad right now, again, another man, and I don't know if it's a man thing fully that don't go to therapy a lot, but my dad also be like, therapy, but I'm just be honest that I think that as a male, you gotta talk to be strong. So like going to a therapist, maybe that's it. But someone told me a long time ago, when you're in therapy, you're the strongest you've ever been, because now you're hunting all your demons, all your shortcomings, all the problems, and you beating them head on.
Yeah.
And try to deal with them.
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely I'm locking in. I got my he like a accountability partner. My other buddy, he advocates for therapy. Shout out to Moody and my buddy Corey. They big advocates for therapy. And Moody will check in with me like, bro, you started that therapy yet? I'm like, nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't started. He like, man, I'm telling you, he's like, it's waiting on you. He's like, that's gonna be your evolution. You really gonna sprout after you get done with that?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shannon. I'm shouting Megan Thee Stallion out again, because honestly, watching her documentary made me see her in another way than I was seeing her before.
Okay.
Humanize her. That documentary. She went and checked herself into a facility where she ended up getting all these different therapies during that time of I guess the trial and everything that was going on after she got shot. And now she advocates for mental health, just like Taraji, another person who advocates for mental health. And you have to wonder why they advocate so hard, because they went through a lot of mental illness, a lot of mental things, heavy trauma. And I think a lot of the times us as Black people, we sweep stuff under the rug. Oh no, the daddy didn't touch you, or you didn't get raped, or all of that. We sweep it under the rug. Our parents kind of did that thing where they didn't talk about their problems or talk about I was touched or this thing and that thing. But it's not okay to not be okay. We gotta make it more normalized getting help and healing instead of being broken and hiding.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people suffer in silence, and I'm
Mhm.
just not an advocate for that. I don't want anyone to suffer in silence. I don't want
Mhm.
anyone sitting looking all these ways, but in the inside, that's what's happening with these celebrities, like committing suicide,
Yeah.
different things like they have all of this stuff, and you like,
Mhm.
why is they unhappy? Because they hadn't, and they not
Mhm.
healing. And we
Yeah.
gotta stop hiding as a people and start healing. And
Mhm.
and even our whole we actually everyone needs therapy because
Mhm.
slavery and all that stuff that happened, we have stuff that's on us we don't even realize is on us, baggage from even that has to be released and healed from.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. There's some people in the chat. Whenever we get done, um, can you drop some people in the chat whenever you get a chance? Some recommend some therapists. 'Cause they said they need it. Shout out
Okay.
to Dollar. He say he need it, but you ain't gotta do it now because we still in the interview. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's I think it's beneficial to a lot of people. I actually know a good friend of mine. She's a therapist too. But I never just went, and I got, I know I got some stuff, Sometimes I still have night terrors, like just jump up, like what I'm saying,
Mhm.
like, dang, what's going on? But
And then sometimes we can have so much stuff that's impacting our minds. We
yeah,
have to just talk to somebody,
mm-hmm.
even if they're not there, and even if they're not there to respond, just to release that all that off on someone else, and
Yeah,
they can give you the advice, and still right by them giving you the advice, and still you can still that can help you, or have organized your mind to say, okay, since I did this what I can do, or this what can help me be a better person by doing this way. If
mm-hmm.
it can help your mental state.
And I'm gonna be honest, if you can't talk about a past situation without crying or without having anxiety, having a panic attack, you haven't healed from it. This is for whoever's watching and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm good." But you go and someone asks you about it and you start crying. It's some things now I used to get asked about when I talk about the being in school and bullying and all that stuff. And Shannon just took pictures of me the other day that's gonna come out later about my depression, anxiety. I didn't cry through none of that photo shoot, but in the past, thinking about that stuff, I would have teared up. I would have felt triggered or traumatized.
Yeah,
And now it's certain rooms that I walk in that trigger still do kind of hit me, and then I could tell like, man, Angel, you ain't got past it just yet. And it's a developing thing. I just want people to know as they go into therapy, you are going to have some sessions where you crying a lot, you're bawling.
yeah,
Okay, you're gonna go through seasons and series of different things with therapy too. But all of that is part of the process. Don't knock the process, but embrace it and walk through it. Allow yourself to cry. Larry, it's
yeah.
okay to cry.
Oh
It's
yeah,
okay. And
I
I
know.
hope that you can get around men that know it's okay,
Yeah.
brother, for you to release.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's some things happen to you that you need to release from.
Yeah.
It's some things my dad told me he was touched by his cousin.
Mm.
His family still know nothing of it.
Yeah.
It's some things you
Yeah.
have to release from,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we really all need some release.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I know I'm gonna have me a big thing of tissue, Kleenex, and they're going in with me. Let's go ahead. But no, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna tap in next year. That's on my list. Um, so as being in business with your spouse, what's some of the pros and what's some of the cons?
I'm gonna let you go.
Who's gonna take the pros?
Pros.
Who's gonna take the cons?
I take the pros because she finna be all day with these cons.
Okay.
That's but the pros is you get to work with somebody that you trust.
Yeah.
You get to work with you spend more time with that person. We just went to a marriage retreat, and that could be intimate moments that we talk as business partners. We able to take off different hats. We parents. We're husband and wife. We entrepreneurs. So we can take off different hats and different things of how to come together. In in the Bible, we come as one. So being entrepreneurs come as one, we come as a package deal. Whether it's like when somebody says Shannon, what Angel? What Angel, what Shannon? That's how close. That's the pros and cons of it. Whenever we on any type of gig, they know two people coming. If we do an event and we have to have, if they set a place setting, they know it's two because it's always gonna be Shannon, Angel, Angel and Shannon. So it's always come. So those are pros. Also, just being around them. That's good. That's a pro. So I got other things, but like become the cons. Be careful.
Right. You gotta be careful.
It's another segment. You might have to go another episode.
Right.
There are no cons, Larry. What do you mean? There are none. I mean, there are always going to be ups and downs to working as a unit, whether it's husband or wife or business partner and business partner or family working together, which I also do too, which has its pros and cons. Right. But I think the biggest pro, and a lot of our entrepreneur friends have told us this, they said, man, it's so good that you got Angel because where you don't do marketing, she does the marketing. Where you do the photography and editing, he does that. And we each have each other, have our strengths, and that adds to our business together. Right. And a lot of entrepreneurs are solo, so they don't have someone to bounce off of ideas, bounce off a budget, bounce off of just everything, or even attend the conferences together. You don't have to alone. We going together, even though that could be expensive. That's expensive.
I know.
Right. Gotta go to Las Vegas. 2 tickets
and wife tickets. Like,
right.
You gotta pay double the price.
Right.
But I mean, con wise, I guess us the synergy part, like learning how to work together, because we have two different minds, so kind of meshing that together. That didn't come right away. I don't want you guys to see this beautiful synergy now, but it wasn't always this harmonious like we are right now.
Sometimes you go back to like, oh, really?
Yeah. But and two, because both of us too have different business acumen as well, and the way we learn things is also different. So we have some challenges in this whole dynamic of coming together. But God, I'm gonna bring him up again, is in the midst of that too. Yeah. And kind of helps us to navigate the waters of whatever cons that come up. Which there can be cons. So I'm just saying it's not easy. Some people feel like I can't work with my husband. And that's okay. If that's you, that's okay. I would hope that y'all could kind of find a way to synergize, because really we're supposed to be partners in everything. So even this, even if I couldn't do photography or other stuff, I say, how can I help my husband? How can I add to what he's doing, even if I wasn't on the documents and everything? I still want to be a part because I'm his helpmate.
And also, it's a pro. It's like as a male photographer, you label as creepy or stuff like this, or you can't trust a male photographer.
So look, Larry might not know. See, in the photography world, a lot of it's male dominated, right? And it's white male dominated in the photography. Women are just coming up in the photography world, but it's very male dominated. So models and those the clients we have normally have some issues with male photographers, and that's come from either male photographers doing creepy things while they take pictures of women, or just using their business in unprofessional ways. And so the pro he was about to mention is that because I'm a part of this equation, gotten certain clients based off of that, because they feel, oh, I can, have Shannon there. Angel will be present, and there will be no creepiness. I won't feel whatever I felt in the past with any other person. It won't be that.
Right.
I tell my homie all the time, we talk about business. I say, listen, if you get a business partner, you better get a woman first. That's what you got to start with. I think it changes the dynamics all the way around. Like you said, not even just in photography, just in anything you do. Like you say, you got the yin and yang, however it go. You got two different perspectives, and like you say, it's more and this is just me. My experience working with women, my clientele is 90% women. Even DJ, everything, 90% women. Clothing brand, 90% women. I remember I was doing the fashion shows. It's women. So, women make the world go round. I can't. Hey, fellas, I'm just gonna give it to her. I'll give it to her right now.
You give her that softer touch in your business too.
Yeah.
Because a man can take something and come up with a deal, but then a woman can kind of sweeten the deal, and vice versa. So you had a man be the most dominant one and say, okay, we're gonna take care of this, but we're gonna have a woman that have the softer voice. Say, we can do it this way. Okay, yeah.
Like so, he would use me to be the mouthpiece for some things, especially when we had talk with some of the celebrities and some of the different people. I'm like, why I gotta be the one to call and do this?
Even though sometimes she gets starstruck with the celebrities.
Oh no, I have had a share. We met Kimberly Elisa. He took a great picture. And she posted it on her Instagram. And I was just sitting at the picture like, oh my God, I can't believe I meet you.
Oh, she met Michael Jordan somewhere. That's my name. I'm like, that's only little TT from
now, see, when we met Safari, I wasn't starstruck. I mean, no dish to Safari if you see this. I just wasn't a big fan. So everybody's like, oh my God, you took pictures of Safari. And I was just like, oh,
okay. All right. I see him down in the Vest Fest. He coming through dancing, doing all the crazy stuff. But that's good. That's good. I'm happy to see y'all growing as one. My ex-wife, me and her tried it that way. But it didn't work out to, but we was growing. So that's why I know the benefit of when you do get a spouse, a partner, everything, the blessings that come with it, man. We were having a whole nother conversation if it would have went another way, but I'll get it back, and hopefully she do well too. But where do y'all see yourself in the future? I know y'all got different projects. Y'all got SDL photography. I know y'all got, what else y'all got up y'all sleeve? Y'all got something. But anything that y'all could discuss.
Well, you want to discuss what you were just talking about?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So my husband, two things he want to move into. Like I told you, he's a musician. And I think that side of him is untapped in some ways. He used to play with a lot of different live bands. Shout out to Kenyatta, King Chris. Used to play with all these different artists, but I think he never really pushed into his own artistry with that. So I think in 2025, he's going to start to push himself into being a trumpeter and maybe doing a live recording or a live project. So we looking forward for him to push out in that. He wants to get into fashion, actually t-shirts.
Yeah.
So we're talking about some things. Yeah, right,
trying to put something in order because as a photographer, you get into fashion. Yeah. You get to do fashion shows and get to brand it, have your own brand, and then get to do all this type of thing. So it go hands in hand. So that's something I'm want to push forward to.
Right. I mean, in 5 years though, I really hope in 5 years that I have not just, I have my license now, but I want to go to seminary. I want to get finally a college degree, hopefully a master's degree. I want to have definitely gotten deeper into the mentoring lane with my organization with my partner Kashia. Shout out to her. We want to do a lot of great work with youth in the Chicagoland area with reaching them and not only preaching to them, because that's what the organization is called Preach to Reach. So a lot of times we have ministers preach, but they're not reaching the young people. And so with our mentoring organization, we want to reach them and reach them in new and different ways than you've ever seen done before, with also them getting a spiritual life. A lot of young people will say now that they don't believe, or they are undecided, or they're agnostic, or different things like that. But we want to kind of cultivate a space in them that just is not, that they have something that they can hold on to spiritually. So that's what I hope in 5 years. I know in 5 years with SDL photography, just doing photography globally and in Hollywood, different, facets of getting published in higher up magazines and stuff like that too.
Okay, cool. So y'all, I mean, y'all not just local. Y'all want to go global. Y'all are global, but let me see. How do y'all feel about entrepreneurship in Chicago?
Entrepreneurship in Chicago is vast. It's a lot of people who are entrepreneurs. There's some people we don't even know. They're doing stuff in their house. They doing stuff in their basement. They doing this thing, that thing, everything. Entrepreneurship is huge in Chicago, but I feel at times it can be a little divided.
Okay.
I feel at times we could come together a little more than we are.
Yeah.
But I think it's people that are trying to make strides and waves for us to do that. But I just think we definitely need to come together more.
Right. That's what I'm about to say. They need to connect the resource because people just want to come out with businesses and not getting the full knowledge of how to make your business be successful. Like during the pandemic, everybody was coming out with business. You can do whatever you want, come out with whatever type of business you want to come out with during the pandemic because you had that time to think about it. Now you have to find out if whatever business you're in, always get you somebody who's been there where you're trying to get to. And by you doing that, you have to get around people, like-minded people, to make you better. And by making you better, you have to be around the people that's going to continue to pour into you. You can pour into them, that you can pour into someone else because you got it from somebody else. So that's what I think.
Yeah. I definitely see a change. It's growing. Like you say, it's a lot of people doing a lot of amazing things. I still feel a division here like I don't know why it's like that. But
because people want to be competitive.
Yeah,
it's a competitive field.
Yeah,
they feel like if they don't want to shit a resource because they feel somebody's gonna be better than them.
Or work together. I mean, a lot of us. Let me be honest. I'm speaking now from the grassroots organizational angel. Even in the organizations and non-for-profits, there's competition and people doing the same stuff instead of us collaborating together to do one, holiday drive. You see thousands of them. And I mean, that's good because sometimes we all need hands in different areas to reach people in those different areas. But sometimes I feel like we should collaborate more. I think other races collaborate a lot. I think the problem with our division, Larry, and I am trying to get deep, but the problem with our division stems from slavery. The white man taught us how to hate one another. The white man taught us how to even hate different skin colors of one another in our own race. And the white man ultimately divided us inside of ourselves towards ourselves. And so I think we still have all of that on us in mindset sometimes. We really be crab in a barrel when it comes to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't. We should just be more, and that's why our neighborhoods sometimes don't look as clean or as they should be because we don't have pride in who we are, whose we are, and what we're around and living in. Some of us don't value or see value in that or see value in being a Black person.
Damn, that's deep. Value in a Black person. Somebody that got your same skin color, huh? Yeah, but that's a true statement, though.
Yeah,
that's true. And see, that's why I like going to like conferences and like Invest Fest and stuff like that because the energy is just so crazy. Like all you see is us, everybody supporting each other, networking, shopping, connecting. Just no big eyes, no little U's. It's just everybody there. And I'm like, man, you gotta. Sometimes you can get drained when you're an entrepreneur, not being in that environment. So that's why I say a conference or that's one of the main reasons why I do this podcast.
Okay.
Because I love to hear people's story, but I know the resources that I bring onto this platform, they doing it. And it's like, man, that's who I, say, okay, now that got me back rolling, you know, and I hope I do the same for, you know, my resources.
Yeah, and I want to, as we talk about conferences, I know you said the Invest Fest. I want to shout out people like John Hannon, who does with the One Conference. He's a pastor who is an entrepreneur and also an innovator. That's another great conference to go to. You think it's just for pastors and leaders, it's for business owners too. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, it's a great conference to look into, the One Conference. Link about it. Okay. Also, WDB Legacy Conference and Gala by Kiana Barber, another amazing individual. I saw that one. Kind of open up doors for all of us as African Americans. I'm trying to think about some other ones. There's some other ones that people don't readily know about. All these, even the Essence Fest, another place to see Blackness and done in excellence, as well as connecting together and love. It's another place to just feel that. And there's probably thousands of more. And I feel like as we share, if you know some, share some. This weekend, another great person, Marcel Jackson, having a business expo at his church. Y'all don't know him, but the Brunch Bunch is on 1390 and he is having an expo. Look him up. Another great resource. And we got to shout out. See, that's another thing. We don't shout out our people. Exactly. Shout out who's doing something. Like, you need to go to that. You him or her up. Don't get jealous of him or her. Yeah. Get connected. And as you get connected, then we're connecting each other to all these great opportunities and this love that we really ultimately need with one another. It just helps us just, you know, to be better and to love our Blackness even more. Yeah,
that's true. And like, you're right. It's where they have them everywhere. I mean, the energy, you just got to find them. You know, you really, I say Chicago, because we just a segregated city in itself, but it's resources here. They here. They here.
And it's money. Chicago say we don't have money, but it's grants out there. It's so many things, and a lot of grant writers will say it's not a lot of African Americans going after some of these things. It's a lot of other people going after these monies, and we need to, you know, even sometimes write into a grant together. Like right now with my organization, another well-known organization is about to help my organization being our physical partner. So that we can get our, you know, now we don't have a 501c3, but we can get donations through her business. And see, that's what I mean by working together. Yeah. She could easily be like, nah, I can't do that for y'all.
See, you gotta and see, and when you doing the right things, you doing the Most High will, you bringing positive energy, it's going to fall in your lap. You can't really worry about the finances out the gate. Like I be telling people all the time, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it's going to come.
Oh yeah,
it's going to come like clockwork, and you're like, dang, where does it come from? That's your blessing for doing the right thing. Doing what you're supposed to do.
Can I tell you something? And I hate to keep going there, but I'm a woman of God. The prayer breakfast I just did last year, it cost $1,300 to do. This year I cut the budget in half. But ask me this year, last year, how did I do it financially? And I don't work right now. I'm being transparent again, just so y'all can be blessed and know what Larry just said is real. I don't work right now. My husband's the only person financially caring for us. But God told me when I decided, or no more, he decided for the prayer breakfast to happen, is that this is going to be a blessing to people. And you're not going to have to worry about money. And ask me, did I have to worry about money?
I don't know.
Ask me, did it still happen? Ask me, did I raise some funds, which I was able to use for the organization I'm building right now?
Wow.
Yeah.
God makes everything possible.
Yeah.
And that's why there's a power in that. And when you have that, everything is limitless. What you can do. No one can tell you can't do anything, because with God you can do everything.
Right. That's it. That's it. I want to thank y'all for coming out. I went over an hour. Okay, y'all want to go for another hour? No, I'm just playing. But we definitely gonna get a part two.
That's
to get into some other things, and you know, something you did, Andrew, that was dope. That what was it? The online, like the mastermind thing.
mastering your mind.
What was it like? Was it a prayer and what was it called?
Oh, you're talking about on the Zoom. I did a Zoom entrepreneurs call.
Yeah.
I had never did that before. Normally I just do a Zoom prayer call. I decided to do one that was focused to entrepreneurs and added prayer with it.
Yeah. That's what. Yep. That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, I should do that again, right?
Yeah. You find the time. Yeah.
With that being said, because entrepreneurs also need to have faith and have prayer for their business. 100%. Because it's a God give. If God gave you that gift, so you give him that gift, and you have to have a constantly relationship with him to make your business grow. Because he is the resource. He is the main connect of you growing your business. And by you having that prayer, is nothing can stop you from going forth on what you're doing. I was a prime example. I think my pastors had did a prayer for a biker club, and for that, and he did like a whole prayer for a lot of bikers came in for the prayer. For that whole year, no bikers has never been damaged or been in an accident over that prayer. So prayer works. So if we can have prayer for our businesses, look how far it take us.
Yeah, God is the ultimate creator and the ultimate businessman. I think people forget, like, he had people following him. You know, he had a little committee of men, 12 of them, right? And they were helping him do work throughout the land. So he was the first entrepreneurial. Jesus was the first entrepreneurial kind of mind, and he was the first creator. How he created the earth, and all of that took, you know, a mastermind type of thinking. And I think a lot of times we forget is we come from the ultimate plug. Like, a lot of people want to get connected with this person, that mover, that shaker, but have you connected with God with your business? Have you added that to it? See what that would do.
Right. Hey, y'all got it. Ask yourself. Ask yourself.
Right.
Okay. Let everybody know where they can find you guys. Your social media tags, anything special you got coming up.
So SDL Photography can be found on Facebook, SDL Photography. Instagram is SDL Photography LLC. Our website is SDLphotography24.com. You can find me, Angels Touch Ministries, Angels Touch Brand, or my personal page on Instagram is Lofton is my name. And we have a ABLE project happening now. We are still looking for individuals who have disabilities. So you would get a complimentary shoot, as well as some pictures, as well as you're going to get published in a magazine, all about how you overcame in that disability and your story with not letting it stop you in your life based on, you know, all the things that you had went through or are doing in your life. Other than that, we are a part of like this Christmas giveaway now. And on Sunday, we're actually taking pictures of a family for free. We're looking so forward to that. We said with our business, we always just wanted to give back and not just make money, but be able to give back. And we've been able to do that year after year with different things. And so shout out to that person who has in the giveaway, Cheyenne. Other than that, I think that's basically it for now. You can follow our social medias and see all the great things we have coming up.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, that's it. What else? No, let's.
We can't wait to working through Larry and come to the entrepreneur event. Y'all, this man is amazing. I just want to shout you out. Thank you so much
for y'all.
This opportunity. You're an amazing man. I know you said your sister said you raised yourself, but if you did, you did a great job. Because you are a great, well-rounded guy, and you're a great father. I'm pretty sure you were a great husband, no matter what happened. You are a great entrepreneur. You're such an inspiration, such a source of resource, and just amazing. And I'm just happy we're connected to such an amazing person. And so we can't wait to work with you, actually. I hope we get to do something.
We definitely gonna do something. We gotta do something. I know our schedules. We all getting it, but we gonna get it together. We gonna get it together. I want to thank y'all for even taking time out y'all day. You know, I know y'all some busy people. Come on.
Yes, we got something to do right after we finish.
Right, I know. That's how I'm gonna get them out of here. So first quarter, I'm gonna look at doing another mixer. And I wanna, I want y'all to do the photography as well as help host, whatever. So we're gonna talk the logistics about that and everything.
Okay.
We're gonna go from there.
Look,
All right,
we
cool.
got you.
We got you.
Look, you locked in.
Right.
All right, man. We locked in. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Make sure y'all, Andrew dropped some resources in the chat. Y'all wanted some resources?
I'm gonna drop some more.
We're gonna drop some more. Yeah, and y'all make sure y'all connect with Angel and Shannon. They're good people, and man, we just gotta keep on working. We're gonna all be all right. All right, I'll see y'all next time.
Okay.
Peace.
All right.
All right.
Peace.